I guess it all kind of started back in 2010. My grandfather had triple bypass surgery, and it was the first time we were faced with my grandfather's mortality. We spent time together. He was at every sporting event growing up. I mean, this is the man who meant the world to me. And as I look back, I see that as the beginning of a journey that I didn't expect. In August of 2011, my wife lost her job. She was very unceremoniously dismissed from her position. 15 years. She loved that job. It was her ministry. But she probably would not have left if she had not been let go. So all this is building up inside of me. And I could feel things at work. I wasn't happy where I was at with my job. I'd been at Chase for 14 years, and I wasn't supposed to be there that long. And all these things just kept eating at me, until it was December 13th. It was the first day in 15 years I couldn't get out of bed, and I couldn't answer that bell. I called off sick, and I called off sick the rest of that week. Everything screamed, your life is a failure. You have all these regrets, and everything was amplified. I finally made it in the work, and on the other side of my cube was my VP, and I knew we had a busy week planned. And she started, hey, how are you? Take a deep breath. I'm good. And we just talking, and it wasn't just a few seconds. I lost it. I was the one that counseled everybody through their problems, be work, life, whatever. I was the one they went to. And here I am, completely broken. Some of one of the nice benefits Chase has is the employee assistance program. And part of my eventual disability leave was I had to meet with a counselor once a week. And I met with him, and he said, yeah, you're depressed. You hate your job, you regret your career, you've got such a burden for your grandfather on his impending death. He's like, you're depressed. I know I wasn't going back anytime soon. I was in bad shape. And as I look back to see how these events transpired and how the hand of God was in these events, Chrissy would never have left her job. But the Lord knew that this was coming, and He took that job from her so she could be at home to take care of me. So during January and February, I've seen the Holy Spirit move in people. I've had Him move in my life, but man, He's never moved like this on me. I started getting my burning bush, and He's like, I don't need you at Chase anymore. I need you to go back to teaching. You see, when I left Mount Vernon Nazarene College, I taught 1 year in the first grade at Grove City Christian School. And so I told Him, I'm like, all right, Lord, if this is what you want me to do, you make a way. So March, I still hadn't gone back to work. My job pays the bills. Chrissy don't have a job right now. She's been on supplemental income a little bit, but she don't have a job, and I was ready to walk away from mine of 14 years. For years, I tried to make the transition from Chase back to teaching, but it just wasn't working. Or something would happen, I'm like, well, this is fine for now. It's paying the bills. It's good. And that's where it was like, the waves were calling out my name, and they laughed at me. Of all the times I tried before, always failed. But then to finally, at the beginning of this year, to hear that voice of truth, telling me a different story. The Lord said, I'm going to meet your needs, but I need you to do this. This is where I need you. June 4th of this year, I handed in my resignation to Chase and walked away from a 14-year career at Chase. From a very good paying job to move back into a heart of service. And I'd sit there, I remember mowing grass, going through this and trying to fight back the tears and asking the question, do I still trust Him? And it's like He's brought me this far. What is there not to trust? You've asked me to give up everything. I'm doing that. I don't feel like you'd let me down now. And it seemed like the very next day, there would be a check in the mail from some type of refund, or something would come through. And I'd sit back and smile. I've never experienced God in this way. You know, it's been a pretty phenomenal experience.